What's up, everyone? Welcome to King Anime Review, and for this video I will be talking about Boruto, and more specifically I'll be explaining the Karma Seal. So the information that has been provided so far in the manga, in the recent chapters of the manga, is the Karma Seal is the data of an Otsutsuki clan member that they can implant into any living human being that they choose. It's not confirmed if it works on like animals or anything like that, but we know it works on human beings from Earth specifically. And with this data, they can use this data to slowly take over whichever human being or vessel, they call it these humans vessels. They can use this data to take over that vessel's body and to make that person completely turn into them. So they can make the vessel, the person they implant the karma seal on, they can make that person turn into themselves via the data. Now, that's information that has been confirmed already, but some stuff that I think a couple other people picked up on some of these other details, but some other things that is like really, this stuff isn't confirmed, but this stuff makes a lot of sense. So we get into like theory territory a little bit, but based on the information we got in chapter 46, it was Amato said that Jigen, or not Jigen, Ishiki didn't fully take over Jigen's body because Jigen wasn't a suitable vessel. And the reason he's not a suitable vessel is very obvious. I mean, he was a monk who lived on Earth 1,000 years ago. Because Kagi and Ishiki, Otsutsuki, they're partners, and they came to Earth on a mission to extract the fruit from the divine tree, which they had sent to Earth 1,000 years before they even got there. It was some confusion going on about how long they've been on Earth, whether it's 2,000 years or 1,000 years. But in chapter 45, it stated that Otsutsuki clan members, they get sent on missions to planets, and they use the tentails. They plant the tentails into planets, and after 1,000 years, the tentails becomes the divine tree, and they go to that planet and extract the fruit from the tree. So basically, Kagi and Ishiki Otsutsuki came to Earth as partners 1,000 years before the Fourth Great Ninja War, and their mission was to extract the fruit from the divine tree. As far as the timeline of the tentails becoming a divine tree, I believe that was stated to be 1,000 years, either in the Naruto manga or in data books. But yeah, so Ishiki, he took over Jigen's body 1,000 years before the Fourth Great Ninja War. So basically, like, Boruto takes place 15 years after the Fourth Great Ninja War, so 1,015 years ago. So the thing is, we seen Ishiki, basically Kaguya, and we know Kaguya for a fact. She had two sons with a human on Earth. Those sons were Hagoromo and Hamura Otsutsuki. And that possibly could have been against the law of the clan, because that wasn't a part of her mission. Her mission was to go to Earth and extract the fruit from the divine tree and send chakra to the clan. That's what her mission was. And that's what all Otsutsuki clan members' missions are. So the fact that she sidetracked and had kids with somebody on Earth possibly was against the law of the Otsutsuki clan. And in order to prevent them from finding out, she had to take out her partner, which was Ishiki Otsutsuki, and she almost killed him. She probably thought she did kill him, but anyways, he somehow managed to escape death. He was on the brink of death, and he ended up shrinking to a super small microscopic level and going into Jigen's brain through his ear. And when he was in Jigen's brain, he needed to take time to heal up, and he used the nutrients in Jigen's body to heal himself and to prevent himself from dying, since he was on the brink of death. And then eventually he embedded the karma seal on Jigen. Now, this gets into my point about the karma seal. So, we already know that it's Otsutsuki clan data, but another key thing is, as Amato stated in chapter 46, the last chapter, Ishiki didn't fully take over Jigen, and the reason I believe that's the case, and a lot of other people I believe think this, agree with me on this. Um, the reason that's the case is because Jigen is not a suitable vessel, and Ishiki did not want to take over Jigen's body for that reason. Now, why is Jigen not a suitable vessel? To me, that's pretty obvious. Because as I said, he was on Earth 1,000 years ago, and we know Hagoromo Otsutsuki, after he and his brother defeated their mother Kage Otsutsuki, Hagoromo spreaded chakra to the entire ninja world via ninshu. Uh, that was his ideology about using chakra in a peaceful manner. But he spread chakra throughout the entire world after Kage was defeated, and we know Ishiki died shortly after coming to Earth. Or he didn't die, but he almost died because Kage attacked him. She caught him off guard and nearly killed him. So that was shortly after they came to Earth, and presumably the reason Kage probably did that is either she wanted the chakra fruit for herself, or the reason I think she did that is because I think she didn't want the clan to find out that she had kids with a human being on Earth. And as we seen in her backstory, we know that she started to love humans and stuff like that. So that's the reason I think she did that. But anyways, Jigen was a monk from Earth 1,000 years ago, and since Ishiki most likely went into his body and took over his body before Hagoromo spread chakra to the world, he probably never had chakra. So he was like an average human being, a monk. And the reason why Kawaki is a more suitable vessel, I think, is because not only does he have chakra, as we seen when Naruto taught him how to use his chakra to like walk up trees and stuff, but he also has scientific ninja tools implanted in his body, making him like sort of a cyborg type of thing. So yeah, that could be why Kawaki's a way more suitable vessel. But the point is, the Karma Seal is something that the Otsutsuki clan, I believe, they can control how much of their data takes over the human being's body. They can control how much data to allow the human being that they're trying to take over. They can control how much of their data is taking over that person's body at a certain time. That's my theory, because that would perfectly explain why. Because Sasuke asked the question in chapter 46. He asked, why did Jigen why did he not fully get taken over by Ishiki? And the answer Mato gave him was pretty much because Ishiki, or not Ishiki, but because Jigen was not a suitable vessel. So maybe Ishiki decided not to let Jigen. Maybe he decided. I think Ishiki decided to not let Ishiki. I believe Ishiki decided to not fully take over Jigen's body because Jigen's not a suitable vessel. So, and other proof to corroborate this is in chapter 46, we seen Momoshiki's head on Boruto's body. That was, of course, that didn't happen for real, but that was the illustrator showing us what would happen if Momoshiki fully did take over Boruto's body. And if the Karma Seal data completely takes over and consumes their vessel, that vessel will turn into that Otsutsuki clan member, and no trace of that vessel will be alive. They will have no consciousness. That was actually stated in the chapter. They would basically cease to exist. So once the Karma Seal is fully done, the data from the Karma Seal is fully done consuming the vessel, that vessel will completely turn into the Otsutsuki who implanted the Karma Seal on them. And that Otsutsuki clan member will be reborn. That's how Otsutsuki clan members transcend death. And what happens to that vessel? That vessel no longer exists. It's basically like they're dead. They're not even conscious inside the user's body. But what we do know is Jigen is still conscious inside of his body. Ishiki technically is controlling Jigen. But here's the thing that I think people don't really understand. Ishiki is still sucking up the nutrients. I don't know if he's sucking up the nutrients because he's probably already completely healed. but he's still a micro. I'm pretty sure he's still microscopic inside the brain of Jigen, controlling his motor functions, just like it was stated that he was doing originally. After he was nearly killed by Kagi, he went inside Jigen's body by shrinking to a microscopic level, going inside his ear and went inside his brain, or went to his brain, and ended up taking control over Jigen's motor functions and stuff like that. I believe he's still inside Jigen's brain. But he also has a karma seal implanted on Jigen. But here's the thing. He hasn't fully, that the data from that karma seal hasn't fully taken over Jigen. Although we can see Jigen does have a little Aotsutsuki mode where he has the horn pop up on the back of his head. But Jigen is at the point where I think Ishiki can easily, at any second, he can easily have that data fully consume Jigen's body and be reborn through Jigen. Because it looks like the karma seal, for Jigen, it's a lot different than Boruto and Kawaki. For Boruto and Kawaki, it only goes up to half their face with the karma seal. But for Ishiki, for Jigen, Jigen's karma seal covers his entire body pretty much. So I think he's at a stage where his karma seal is complete, and at any second, Ishiki can fully take over Jigen's body and be reborn through Jigen's body. But it was stated in chapter 46, I believe, that if Ishiki fully took over Jigen's body, Jigen would die in a very short amount of time, like a couple of days or something like that, because Jigen is not a suitable vessel, because Jigen's body cannot handle the amount of chakra and energy that Ishiki has. So presumably, Kawaki is a more suitable vessel because of the fact that he's a cyborg. He has scientific ninja tools built into his body, and the fact that he also has chakra, two things that Jigen doesn't have. So that all plays into my theory about the karma seal being something that the Aotsutsuki clan members can control. They can control the amount of data they give to the vessel. They can control the process in which their vessel is reborn into themselves. They can control whether or not they fully take over that vessel's body. And another notable thing is the fact that Kawaki and Jigen has karma seals. Now, why is that the case? That honestly confuses me, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be explained in future chapters. But that is very weird because two people have the karma seal of Ishiki Aotsutsuki. The latest information we got about Ishiki is that he went inside the brain of Jigen, and he controlled Jigen's motor functions and his movement and stuff. And then over a certain amount of time, after he healed up from his injuries and after he got backstabbed and attacked, caught off guard from Kaguya, after he got done healing up from that, he put the karma seal on Jigen. But it was never stated that he fully took over his body, and he didn't, because after Naruto and Sasuke fought Jigen / Ishiki, because Ishiki was really controlling Jigen's body, after that happened, a tear came down from Jigen's face, and Ishiki was thinking to Jigen, he was like, "You're so weak. You're pathetic. That's why you're not a suitable vessel." So that basically tells us that Jigen, the monk who Ishiki took control over, Jigen is still conscious inside of his own body that is being controlled by Ishiki. And Ishiki is controlling his body because he's inside his brain. It's never been stated that he left his brain. He's still inside of Jigen's brain, and he has the karma seal on Jigen. So the only reason why Ishiki is able to control Jigen is because he's inside Jigen's brain. That explains why he's not able to completely control Kawaki, because he's not inside Kawaki's brain. The karma seal doesn't give the Aotsutsuki clan member basically full control. It doesn't give the Aotsutsuki clan member full control over their vessel. What happens is the karma seal is a thing where slowly over time is putting the data of that Aotsutsuki clan member into the body and slowly taking over the body and turning that vessel into the Aotsutsuki clan member. But Point being, the last point I want to make before I end this: why does Kawaki has the why do Jigen and Kawaki have the karma seal? That could be an indication that Aotsutsuki clan members can put multiple different karma seals on people over time. But that hasn't been confirmed yet. Maybe it will in a future chapter. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.